This is Megastar Magazine TV.
Hello and welcome to Megastar Magazine News. My name is Monique Agbe. In the news, President Bola Tinubu has ordered the immediate deployment of an army battalion to Kaiama Local Government Area of Kwara State following a deadly overnight attack on Woro community by suspected Boko Haram terrorists. The directive, which also includes the appointment of a field commander and the immediate commencement of a military operation tagged Operation Savanna Shield. The president said the battalion would spearhead efforts to contain the attackers and protect vulnerable communities in the area. The proposal for real-time electronic upload of election results was rejected by the Senate during consideration of the Electoral Act amendment. After hours of meeting, executive sessions and deliberations, the Senate approved sweeping changes to electoral timelines, sanctions for electoral offences, voter accreditation and post-election dispute resolution. The passage of the bill by the Senate was followed by controversies, at the heart of which is Clause 60 of the bill dealing with the transmission of election results. Governor Okpebholo of Edo State has charged civil and public service leaders in the state to embrace discipline, teamwork and measurable results. Okpebholo made the call at the opening ceremony of a 3-day orientation and strategic leadership retreat for top government officials at the Uromi Town Hall in Eastern Central Local Government Area. Okpebholo said the gathering was not a social event but a serious engagement aimed at strengthening governance in the state, and noted that his administration was driven strictly by performance and accountability. The 9th edition of Nigeria International Energy Summit (NIES 2026), held in State House Banquet Hall and Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Conference Center, brought together different oil and gas industries, CEOs and individuals in the energy sector. The summit, which was themed Energy for Peace and Prosperity, Securing Our Shared Future, focused on leveraging Africa's energy resources, particularly oil and gas, to drive regional industry growth, promote local content, improve stability and create jobs. President Bola Tinubu, Minister of Petroleum, NNPC, GCEO and other stakeholders expressed Nigeria's readiness to collaborate with African nations, global partners and the private sector to deliver cleaner, affordable, inclusive and more secure energy. Tinubu, who was represented at the summit by his deputy, Vice President Kashim Shettima, says that while energy remains central to peace, prosperity and global stability, Nigeria is focusing heavily on utilizing its vast gas reserves as a transition fuel and expanding renewable energy capacity. The summit was attended by heads of delegation and senior government officials from across the globe, as well as leaders of international energy organizations, chief executives of global and indigenous energy companies, development finance institutions, and representatives of host communities. Prime Minister Keir Starmer has apologized to the victims of Jeffrey Epstein for appointing Peter Mandelson as the United Kingdom's ambassador to the United States, despite the diplomat's close ties to the late sex offender. Starmer fired Mandelson last September after emails were published showing that he maintained a friendship with Epstein following the late American financier 2008 U.S. conviction for sex offenses involving minors. The Prime Minister had appointed Mandelson to be ambassador to the U.S. in December 2024. China and Uruguay have moved to deepen their strategic partnership despite pressure from the United States President Donald Trump to keep Chinese influence out of Latin America. The two countries signed a dozen cooperation agreements on Tuesday in areas such as science, technology and trade, following a meeting between Uruguayan President Yamandu Ossi and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping in Beijing. China has also made use of the meetings with world leaders to send the message that it is a reliable diplomatic partner and one that prioritizes building relationships. Liverpool manager Arne Slot says recruitment of rising stars will put the club on a sure footing for years to come despite a difficult season for the Premier League champions. The Reds seats 6th in the Premier League after a difficult start to life at Anfield for a number of new recruits in a near £450 million spending spree in the summer transfer market. Liverpool hosts Manchester City on Sunday in a match with huge ramifications for the title race and the battle to qualify for next season's Champions League. Victor Osimhen reached a major career milestone as he scored his 200th senior goal to inspire Galatasaray to a comprehensive 4-0 victory over Kayserispor in the Turkish Super League. The Nigeria striker doubled Galatasaray's advantage in the contest, taking his personal tally to 200 goals across club and international football. Osimhen's landmark strike came after a period of sustained form, having also scored in Galatasaray's previous league match following his return from the Africa Cup of Nations. A renowned actress Omotola Jalade Ekende has addressed rumors of a long-standing feud with colleague Genevieve Nnaji, calling it a misconception. In an interview with journalists, Omotola Jalade stated that fans and media often pitched them against each other, creating unnecessary tension. Omotola attributed the rumors to industry pressures and the tendency to create drama, saying the tension was blown out of proportion. The globally renowned gospel musician, American Christian worship leader, singer and songwriter Ron Kenoly has died at the age of 81. His death was confirmed on Tuesday, February 3rd, triggering an outpouring of tributes from Christian music communities and worship leaders across the world. Kenoly was celebrated for iconic worship songs such as Majesty, Righteousness, Peace and Joy, Anointing, amongst others, many of which shaped modern congregational worship across the world. That has been the news. For more information, follow our social media platforms showing on your screen.